Hello gamers and welcome to Not Another Update, a weekly news podcast by NextPlay Australia, recapping and discussing the latest video game news of the week. I'm your host Brad, joined today by Jamie.
Hi.
And Berto.
Hello.
Jamie, Berto, how are you both?
Just stunning. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah, been a good week. Very tired this morning though. I think winter's really kicking my butt, to be honest.
It's horrible weather in Adelaide today. Literally thunderstorms all day.
Berto, is it winter kicking your butt or the World Cup kicking your butt?
Both. It's hard to get up at bloody 3 a.m. It's so damn cold. Great games though. Great games.
Go soccer.
Yes, go the soccer. Now, before we get into it, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to keep up to date with our latest video content. Or if you're watching us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure to follow us so you get notified of every new episode. Everything you need is linked below. And with housekeeping out of the way, let's get into the show. Alright, so as usual, news breaks while we're recording the podcast, and some big news has dropped from PlayStation, who have announced that they will no longer be manufacturing physical discs from 2028. Now, this obviously comes on the back of GTA 6 being a code in a box for its physical release. And on PlayStation blog, PlayStation has stated that as consumer preferences and the broader entertainment industry continue to shift away from physical discs to digital, physical game disc production for all new games releasing on PlayStation consoles will be discontinued starting January 2028. Following this date, new games will be available on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital forms only. This transition has no impact on games that already released or will be releasing prior to January 2028 in disc format. This is a natural direction for Sony Interactive Entertainment to adapt to consumer trends as the general preference for digital media significantly outpaces physical discs. This transition will enable us to align more closely with how most of our community prefers to access and play games today. We'll continue to prioritize our resources to drive innovation in how players can access games and provide choices as to where players prefer to purchase new games, whether that's at retailers or PlayStation Store. We remain committed to delivering a world-class gaming experience to our fans, and we thank you for your continued support. So, guys, obviously, we are physical media collectors. How are we taking the news?
That's crazy.
That's
my immediate
literally
reaction. That's crazy.
Literally, I thought you were joking when you told me.
I thought I was joking when I read it. I was like, what?
I feel like
it's
I'm going
July
through
1st, not April 1st, right?
I feel like I'm going through the 7 stages of grief. Like,
yeah.
in just like this small space of time, I'm like, well, I just have to accept it. Yeah, you know what I mean? There's a lot to unpack. Obviously, we've literally just heard the news as of a couple of minutes ago. But yeah, going by that, it just seems like they're just not printing any discs. Doesn't matter if it's first party or not. Just none in the future. We're all done. Sony's just going, nah. We called it only last week. We were like, well, Grand Theft Auto has made the call. Who's going to start following suit? I wasn't expecting Sony to just flat out come out and go, well, we're not doing it anymore. I do find it. I understand it makes sense, and like they quote figures and everything like that, but like I find it actually hard to find some of the bigger titles in physical media form at stores as is, at least if we're talking just generally in Australia. Like, I don't think I've ever seen Indiana Jones available in like physical form in an actual store. Like, it's really hard to actually ever find it.
Well, I think that would be because Xbox like manufactured it, and they're known for not printing much physical wise too.
Oh, it's not just that though. Like even I've struggled to see Yotai in the wild. Like I go
Yeah.
down to my local Big W and I just don't see it on the shelves. So,
Mm.
it's very easy to say, the physical media is dropping when there is less available. Does that make sense? Like, I know as generations come up that they've grown up on digital only. I know it would eventually be the time where we say rest in peace to physical form discs. Um, but I think if they are going to finally just go, well, we're not doing it anymore, then they need to do something about pricing, because you can't take away a whole section that is costing them money and not see the price adjusted. This has been a problem ever since like PSN became a thing in existence. Like the price was always unbelievable in comparison to some physical. So yeah, I would like to see them be a little bit more competitive in like a Steam sort of market. I don't see it happening though, because like who are they competing with? You know what I mean? It's like you have to get it from us. There's no incentive for us to drop the price. You will just have to buy it from us. So I don't know. I'm still going through my stages of grief at the moment. But I'm curious to hear what you guys think.
So at first I thought it was just PlayStation first party titles, but the blog says
Oh,
any game on PlayStation. So yeah, next year's our last year for physical media, it seems like, which is crazy. I knew the day would come. I just didn't think it would be this soon. And one point to make is a lot of people resell their games. If it's a digital code, can't resell anything at all. Like, there won't be marketplace listings for any new games, nothing. You just can't resell a digital code unless you haven't used it yet. Which is interesting. I guess more people will just have to purchase a game full price. And yeah, I
They
think
can-
it will impact.
they
It will
control the
impact
market.
sales. Yeah, it'll impact sales. And yeah, like a lot of like PlayStation Store have like good sales from now and then, but I feel like the sales you get at JB or EB definitely outrank PlayStation Store in terms of bargains, and it doesn't seem like that's just gonna happen anymore.
No, it
But
takes a
It's,
long time for really good discounts to occur, I feel.
yeah,
it's bigger than what we think, right? Because like we're talking about modeling prices online, which
mm,
they're not gonna change unless the sales are not to where they need to be.
mm,
The fact that retailer point of view, so you work at EB Games or GameStop or whatever it is in the UK. I think it's I'm not even quite sure.
GameStop, yeah,
Yeah. You go to work tomorrow knowing that next year you won't have your PlayStation titles are only what you're going to get between now and then, and that's it. Like there is no more. So like, how does that work when it comes to people that work in that space? Now, I've always loved the whole retail space. Yeah, I buy things online, but I love going in, holding it, physical, etc. It's like we're living the vinyl age in the 2026s. But like even that impacts that economy. The people that work at these places, these bricks and mortar retail locations, and they're the ones that are also marketing the games to people that are gaming. So it's like it has such a big flow-on effect. Like for that little kid that comes in and wants a game to talk to someone who wants a different game, they have a conversation. All of a sudden they're like, "Oh, I've never heard of this game before. Maybe I should give it a go." There is none of that now. It's only what you're force-fed. You turn on the PlayStation. What's the first thing you saw the other day? The 6 from GTA 6. So obviously it goes to whoever wants to sell it. So it's like becoming very much corporate driven instead of like gamer driven. And hopefully it is a lot like I know Jamie mentioned Steam, where you know, you get those really cool indie games where two people played it and it sells 100 million copies or something stupid, grossly exaggerating. But there's no way the PlayStation Store is set up for that now, let alone in the future, unless that's what they plan on doing.
Maybe.
I do want to just touch on one of the quotes where it's saying new games will be released on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. So makes me think, are we going to just see the Rockstar GTA 6 model normalized, where it's code in box, empty thing on the shelf, or are we just going to get like those digital cards, you know what I mean? How you can, oh look, I've got my new Uncharted, and it's just a little card with a code at the back. It's completely like a landscape shift. Like, if you're a retailer, especially, like, let's be honest, a lot of major retailers in Australia have already jumped out of the video game market. Like, it's only a few major ones. Are they going to then question it? Like, do we want to keep doing it? Well, will JB just sort of go out of the market anyways? Like, do they really make a lot of money from that space? Is it worth continuing if we don't have a trade-in market? Like, if you talk about EB Games, like, they've all gone back to retro to get the trade-ins and make money that way. Are they going to stay afloat? It is a complete landscape shift. And of course, this would happen just as we finish recording. It's actually ridiculous.
Are you too surprised that it's PlayStation?
No, because Xbox has been quietly doing it. They just didn't announce it. Like, you couldn't even count on one hand how many physical releases of their first party titles in the last year actually like had physical releases. Like, and you see the Xbox section at these retailers and it's like nothing, or if it isn't nothing, it's like 5-year-old games.
But is that just due to lack of popularity? Like, I don't see anyone interested in Xboxes. Like, even the games on JB Hi-Fi are like,
it could
when you go into the clearance section, it's all Xbox because they're like, please, someone buy it.
A combination
it could
of both,
be, or it could be that Xbox has always been so behind Game Pass that they just know people are gonna play their games on Game Pass and not go out and buy it.
True. No, I definitely agree. Game Pass has influenced a lot.
I think it's a great observation, Brad, when you mentioned how they did it without saying it. You know, it's so true. It's so true. You know, we talk about it, but we never really thought about that. That sentence in effect.
Yeah.
How it's just little by little, incremental. You know, and eventually, I think we've spoken about this. Eventually, the goalposts. You're so far behind, you didn't realize how far you've gone. To get to this state, where PlayStation's now just like clean cut. So, I mean, implications. Next year we've got a lot of big games coming, like Resident Evil. Code Veronica was what we spoke about just before. Like, what's the point of them doing this now? And then even tomorrow, the people that wake up to this news, like, you know, people are just gonna take it for a ride now. They're gonna take the piss a bit and start stocking up on hard drives and disk drives and everything else now. So it's going to create this, again, new economy of, and you watch people start, not panic, but the hardcore collectors will, you know, start buying more. Like, oh, this will be worth more in 20 years' time, 10 years' time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it makes you wonder with the next generation because, as you were saying with Xbox, they've sort of almost prepared for the digital age already. They have Game Pass there, and like we question its viability and like if it's profitable, but like PlayStation aren't really built for that. Like, they don't have a digital model in place. They have their Plus subscription, but like it's very ebb and flow. Not a lot of stuff goes up frequently. Stuff is removed really quickly at times. So it's like Xbox have been quietly preparing for a future that basically is here, whereas like PlayStation's like, oh well, we're going to do this and you will pay full price for the games from us. But like Xbox are like, oh, we'll just have a subscription, you get all the games. So it's like, it's going to be interesting which model ends up being like PlayStation's obviously been the most popular this generation, but will that
Yeah.
brand loyalty stick around when we come to another console cycle, where the model
Don't
is
know.
pay full price at a very little chance of a discount anytime soon, or just do a subscription model? So
Well, they might do something similar to Game Pass in the future now.
potentially, yeah, we'll see. It'll take them a while to build it up to what Game Pass have done.
Well,
That's for sure.
They've got a year and a half, so they'll be fine.
Crazy.
But yeah, we will stew on this for the next week and maybe discuss it a little more if any more info comes out next week. Other than that, let's get back to the show. Alright, so it is now July, which means we have just passed the halfway point of the year. So what we're going to do this week is go through our favorite games of the year so far. And after that, we'll also be discussing the games we're looking forward to that are coming out in the second half of the year.
Yeah.
All right, so
Sweet.
Birdo, we're going to start with you.
Yeah.
What is one of your favorite games of the year so far?
Can I list what I think is my game of the year immediately?
Yeah,
Just to kick
yeah,
us off.
I guess that would be considered one of your favorite
the right
games of the year.
Mine's got to go to that Jamie just said it, Resident Evil Requiem. Damn, man, what a game! Like, I know Jamie, I don't think you played it, have you? You're just still working on your way up, right?
Yeah. I'm in a
Yeah.
couple of years I'll get there.
There's still a few 3DS games he needs to get through first.
Yeah, I gotta check the Vita as well, see if there's any on there.
I reckon just speed it up if you can, because 9 is pretty special. I think just the beginning of 9, specifically the what do you call it? That medical center area at the very beginning of the game.
Raccoon City.
Yeah. No, but anyway,
No.
that the beginning of the game of Requiem is just like peak Resident Evil. I think that's like almost,
Yeah,
dare I say, perfect. Like,
I agree.
it's
That was my
horrible.
favorite part of the
It-
game too.
It's so frightening. I suck at horror games, for those that don't know. I play them, but because I don't want to miss out. But it got me so bad playing through those hallways, and just the changes of going from Leon to what was her name again?
Grace.
Grace. I was going to say Rose.
I love the
really
game.
need to-
Who's the main character again?
The way that
Zombie?
my mind works now, because of baby brain, like, I remember one thing, and then as soon as the new thing comes, it gets rid of the old, unfortunately. So no, just the changes between, of speed when it goes from one section to another with Leon and with Grace, and looks amazing, runs beautifully. Capcom just seem to be hitting 10 out of 10s lately, honestly, and I think one of,
Yeah.
we'll talk more about games that we would love to play, and I might mention another Capcom game there, but yeah, I mean, do you have anything to add about that game, Brad?
Yeah, so Resident Evil Requiem was on my list as well. As you said, the medical center, peak Resident Evil. Just in general, the game really does blend, I guess, the two types of Resident Evil games we've seen in the last 10 years so perfectly. It's paced really well as well. And yeah, I think did you ever play Grace in third person or just first person?
Just first, I never wanted to play
Yeah.
around with that stuff,
Yeah.
so I kept it as it was.
Me too. And I think that was just the perfect way, because you felt so vulnerable as Grace, and then you just felt like a big badass as Leon, and like the whiplash you get from that. It's so good. It is so
So
good. Yeah, my playthroughs on my YouTube channel, if you want to check it out. It's definitely an adventure. And yeah, I honestly can't wait to play Code Veronica to see what they do with that, because obviously that's going to be quite different to the original as well.
That's next year?
yeah, they'll modernize it. Maybe they'll
Yeah.
modernize it even further. And I mean, their formula is perfect. So, like, I don't really know what else they could do to make it even better, but I can't wait to see how they do that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see.
Mm.
Question: since you both love the
Yes.
game so much and you both know the
Mm.
series so well, where would you personally rank it? Like, is it like top
Okay.
three or up
Oh,
Yep.
there?
good question.
So I did rank these like in my head. Well, to my friends, I was ranking them. I still have Resident Evil 2 as my top game. And
Okay.
then Resident Evil 4 and Requiem are kind of like 2, 3. They could flip flop.
Oh
Um,
damn, very high.
yeah, yeah, yes. It's really good.
Mm.
Birdo.
I'd go with Resident Evil 4, the original, because that experience was
Mm,
awesome. Nothing wrong with the
yeah.
remake. Remake is better. It's just
Mm,
my feeling for it. That's my number one Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
This one is similar to Brad. 2 and Requiem are like interchangeable between second and third. It's just
Jeez.
so strong, the beginning of the game. Now, this back half of the game feels a lot more like Resident Evil 4, which isn't a bad
yeah.
thing, but it kind of, I don't know how to say it, like, lets loose a lot more, but when it's tightly controlled, it can't be beaten. Like, it's just too good when it's such a focused narrative. Um,
It was
so it's like
definitely
the best of
more
both worlds.
horror focused at the start of the game.
Yeah.
Like I wish I'm not going to go into spoilers, but I wish they found a way to dip back between the two after a certain point.
Mm.
Because it just does get very actiony at the end.
Yeah. It's up there, Jamie. Like, it's really one of the best ones. 2 is phenomenal. It's just a combination of 2 and 4,
Yeah.
really.
It
It's
is.
the
It
perfect
is.
combination.
2 is
And a
the
bit of
next one
7,
that I
I'd
have to
say.
play.
Yeah, and 7. Mm.
Definitely play 2 before Requiem.
Oh yeah. As I said, I still
And play
plan to
4
work
as
my
well.
way through. Yeah,
You got
Yeah.
I'll play 2 and work my work my way up.
skip 5.
Yeah.
Just keep
Yeah.
going. No,
Now,
play 5,
Jamie,
skip 6.
Hmm.
Jamie, you haven't played a lot of games this year, but you are going to share some games you want to play that have already come out. So, what's your first one?
So yes, the only one I've already talked about it. I think it was one of the last week's shows of Planet Atlanta. Thought it was a big step up over the previous one. But in terms of games that I want to play from this year, we had Ben on raving about it last week. Was it last week? Yeah, I think it was. 007. That's
Mm.
actually in my backlog. I was hyped for this when we were talking about it last year, back when we were still recording. Love IO Interactive, love the Hitman series, been a big fan of them. To see them succeed like this is great. I had high hopes for it, and it sounds like it's just blown it out of the water. So, very hyped to play this one. I think it's like that sort of action game, but as you guys were talking about, like a controlled setting, it seems more Uncharted-esque, where it's like you have these little
Yeah.
hubby areas, but you sort of have your own main goal and you work your way through. So I'm really looking forward to actually finding time to play this one, because I have high hopes that I will probably adore it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, as I said last week, I need to play this game before the year ends.
Same.
I don't know if I'll get to because there's some big games coming up, but
I don't think it's super
it's my
long, but
mission.
I have not heard anyone say a bad word about it from people I know that have played
Actually,
it. So.
I haven't either.
I have heard that it is short, but I've never heard that it's a bad thing.
That's fine for me.
Put it
That's
that way.
great. Make them shorter.
And cheaper.
All right.
Whatever.
Yeah. Berto, what's your next game?
I guess another one of my favorite ones. So obviously, Requiem's number one for now. We'll talk about the future ones a bit soon, but One that I've played is Crimson Desert. I don't know if you two have played it. I think Brad, maybe you've touched on it.
I played like an hour, and then I was like, "This is too big. Get me out of here."
I've heard it's
Yeah,
insane. Even
it's,
you've said how big it is.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's stupid, really. It's
But is it good though?
it's
Like,
what a hard question. It keeps changing.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
that's what I mean. No, because originally when I first played it, it was a bit rough. But then,
Yeah.
you know, every 3 days it kept patching, and it's still patching.
Mm.
I think it's like over 120 gigs now, the actual
but
game on the
how
console.
do they get that turnaround so quick? That makes no sense.
They just listened. That's all they do. They're listening to the community and they're just working on it. They're just continuously working on it. Probably because they've been like... It's like they're working in crunch. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I don't even think it's completely finalized yet. Is it fun? Yeah, it is fun. The potential is bigger than what it is. I haven't gone back to it lately. But it really grabbed me in a way that The Witcher 3 grabbed me. Just the world is so appealing. It's so beautiful. So vast. You could just get lost in it forever. I didn't do anything really of meaningful quests, really. And I thought this was just too good. But the problem was, for me, being time poor with work and family, that I had to make a conscious decision to just put it down for now.
Drop
and
it.
possibly return to it a little bit later. But yeah, just I think it's going to win a lot of like player awards, I would say, at the end of the year, depending on how obviously Grand Theft Auto goes. But the fact that they listen to the community, that's probably the best thing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, people online
Nice.
seemed to love this when it came out. There was a big hardcore like cult following before it even launched.
Yeah.
I gave a quick Google on how long to beat. A completionist run through, just a casual 251 hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's just a weekend.
Yeah, it's
Every weekend of the entire
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
it's because you could do everything. This is the game of everything.
Mm.
Like, it's part.
It did look like
Zelda,
it had everything in it. It's like,
Witcher.
just throw
Yeah.
everything in there.
Yeah.
I think when
It
I was
looked-
playing it, those times I was like, "What is this? Why are we doing this? You don't need to do this." But they didn't.
Well, that's good. I'm glad people are enjoying it, and I'm sure it will be nominated for Game of the Year at the end of the year. Well, there's still a lot of games to
See.
come out, so we'll see. My next pick is a game I haven't finished yet, but I really did enjoy playing it, and that was Pragmata, also
Yeah.
by Capcom. This is a very video game, like, which I feel like we don't get a lot of games like that anymore. It's very linear, but it's also fun and not really boring. The combat is definitely one of my favorite things. I thought, like, because you hack the enemies to like shoot them and get them
Yeah.
vulnerable, I thought that was going to be too overwhelming, but it's actually fun, and the story is really good too so far. The relationship between the two protagonists it's heartwarming, and I haven't finished it, but I imagine it will be heartbreaking at the end too. We love a father-daughter duo in a story game.
All the good ones
But
have
yeah.
it.
They do, yeah. Definitely check Pragmata out when it goes on sale. I mean, check it out now if you have money, but like when it's on sale, make a point to buy it.
You rich
It's
people,
worth the
buy it
money.
now. The poor's just
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah. So that's my second pick of 2026 so far. Jamie, what's yours?
I don't have a lot to say on this one because you guys have kind of already covered it. You and Ben especially. Reanimal. I really
Yes.
want to finally get to this after being let down so much by Little Nightmares 3, which I touched upon when we came back to start recording again. I want something that gives me the Little Nightmares that I love, and it sounds like Reanimal, which is from the original devs, seems to be doing that. So
Yeah.
I was very tempted to pick it up last week when it was like on sale, but it was only $5 off. So I think I'll just wait a little bit more for a little bit more of a drop, and then I'll grab it. But yeah,
How much does
very
it cost
keen.
now?
It's not too expensive. I will say I think the
No.
basic is like 49.
Mm.
But like if it hits around that 35 mark, I think I'll grab in because I am one of the poors, and I need to save money as much as I can. But yeah, very very keen to play this one because it's like I want something to scratch the itch that I wanted from Little Nightmares, which ended up being super meh. So keen to check this one out.
You'll love it, Jamie. Berto, do you have another game?
Yeah. This one's more that I'm looking forward to. So I haven't really played many apart from those two games, Resident Evil and Crimson Desert. But Mina the Hollower, I think that's how you say
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's on my
Um,
list too.
Yeah, just it sounds like my type of game, retro game. Yacht Club, is that the studio?
Yep, Shovel Knight
Yeah.
devs.
Yep.
Mm.
Which is another retro-looking game. So right up my alley, obviously. And I've heard nothing but great things. I heard it's very Zelda-ish. I'm not quite sure if that's true or not. I do have to get around to purchasing it. I'd love to buy it physically. I'm not quite sure if it's available physically just yet. Or even if it's
I don't
ever going to
think
be
so.
available physical.
Hopefully in the future.
So
Like fan gamer or something.
hopefully it's within reasonably priced as well. But no, just the love and the commitment that company does towards their video games always shows in their games. Obviously, I can't talk too much about it because I haven't played it, but again, one of those ones that I haven't heard much negatives about. I haven't really heard much news about it lately either, though. So it could be one of those ones where it just came out. There's a lot of energy at the beginning and there's not much at the end of the year. So hopefully it's remembered.
Yeah.
But no, definitely looking forward to getting around to that one, especially for collecting.
I don't own it, but I did play the demo last year, and it was very challenging, but it was very satisfying as well. Not usually my type of game, but like if I had nothing else to do, I'd pick it up and play it. Yeah, it's just challenging games scare me, so
Have you guys played the original Shovel Knight?
Yeah.
nah.
Sublime, absolutely fantastic game. Challenging, but again, as you said, very satisfying. And the fact that they literally went and released, I think off the top of my head, it was 3 just free expansions, and you're playing as different characters with different movesets, facing the same bosses, but it literally flips everything on their head. I think I only got to one of them, which was Plague Knight, but I think there's 2 other ones.
There are 2 other ones.
Cannot say anything but brilliance about Shovel Knight. I even have like the amiibo collections that they released for Shovel Knight.
I need that one.
So good. I don't. That was as I said, that was on my list as well. So we can knock that off. But yeah, Mina looks great. As soon as they said it was from Yacht Club, I was on board because I just trust them to do great shit. And I'm glad it was so well received. And hopefully, as you said, it is remembered. We'll see, but hopefully it is.
There's
when it
always
comes
an
to
indie game at the end of the year. There's always one.
Yeah,
There
very
is.
true. Very true. Hopefully it gets some flowers.
Yeah. My next game is a game that kind of came out of nowhere. I never thought in a million years that it would be one of my favorite games of the year. And that's Forza Horizon 6.
Okay.
So,
That is surprising.
yeah, it is surprising. I'm not a car game guy, but it's grabbed me by the throat. It does help that it is set in Japan, definitely. because the architecture and the scenery is absolutely beautiful. The cars, there are so many cars to collect, um, and it's fun tuning them, doing the weekly challenges in the seasonal uh, pass thing. Um, but I think one of the reasons I enjoy it the most is because I was playing it with one of my best friends, and um, look, games are always better when you play it with your friends. And
Mm-hmm.
shout out to Eden if you're listening. I know you're not, but if you are, um, yeah, it's really fun. I was very, very surprised with how much I enjoyed this and how many hours I put into it, which is a lot.
I do want to get it.
Uh,
It's on PlayStation 5,
yeah.
right?
I believe
No,
so. Yeah. Oh,
it's not.
I thought
No,
it was.
they released Forza Horizon 5 earlier this year on PlayStation,
Oh, okay.
but
Fair enough.
there's no word of a PlayStation release for 6 yet. Fun fact, I've actually been playing the game on my LG TV with the cloud thing that they have.
Yeah.
And it runs really well on my TV, so
Seriously.
yeah, it does the job. Yep. I have
Yeah,
really good internet
LG,
though,
if you
which
wanna
helps.
come on over and sponsor the podcast, we'd love your stuff.
Yeah. I need a
Yes.
new webcam.
Yeah.
Jamie, do you have any more on your list?
The only last one was a very recent game, and I spoke about it following Summer Games Fest. Deer and Boy.
Yes.
Sad game is sad, and I'm all about those sort of games.
Hmm.
Literally from the
Yeah.
trailers, when it was first announced, I was like on board. I think I think it was announced at like an Xbox show or something, maybe last year, and I didn't know it was coming to PlayStation. But as soon as it was confirmed, I was like, oh, I'm all on board. A boy adopts like a young deer, and then they go on little adventures. There's some sort of magical thing going on, and you know it's going to end probably poorly, and I will probably just bawl my eyes out. But yeah, you watch any of those trailers, it just summarizes what I love about gaming. The emotional aesthetic that it had all over it. So yeah, that's definitely on my list to hopefully check out soon. As soon as it hops on sale, I think I'll jump on that one.
It kind of gave me like, from what I've seen, it's giving me like Endling and Extinction is Forever type
Oh,
story.
no game can be as dark and sad as that game. That wrecked me.
No. Yeah, it is.
Once you hit the end
the one-
credits, it's like, oh, no. That ruined my mood. I love the game, but my god, it just crippled me.
Yeah, I was also crippled. Beto, do you have any more, or is that it for now?
I mean, obviously, the two biggest ones coming out at the end of the year we're all looking forward to, no doubt. Legend of Zelda,
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time, and Grand Theft Auto 6, but won't go into them too much. But I guess for me,
Not
the
yet.
one that I really want to try is one that's passed is Saros. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
House Mark, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the Returnal team. And I think
Yeah.
I was one of those people that really hated Returnal until I'd give it a second shot. It kind of grabbed me, and I've heard that this one fixes a lot of the, I wouldn't say the issues, but it's kind of like ironed out some of the flaws of the first one. So definitely keen to check it out. I've seen a few people finish it and say they love it. It's their game of the year. I think there was some. I know sales wise, it didn't do as well. That was probably the only problem.
Came and went. I've not seen many people talk
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, I don't think it had legs like Returnal, but for those that
I
did,
don't think Returnal really had legs either.
it won a few Game of the Years from memory at the end of the year. But I think it's because people just love that genre.
Yeah.
And they just hold on to it for the rest of the year.
House Market, great though. Great studio.
Yeah.
They are. Before we move on to the games we're looking forward to for the rest of the year, I'll go through the top 10 highest rated games on Metacritic for this year so far.
Ooh, see if we mentioned
And
that.
half of them are indie games. So
Oh,
there's
really?
5 indie games and 5 big games. Number 10 is Hermit and Pig, which is a turn-based RPG.
Haven't
Number
heard of it.
9 is Saros.
Oh,
Number
cool.
8,
Okay.
007 First Light. Number 7, from the creator of The Binding of Isaac, is Mugenics, which I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
you've
I
all
have
heard
heard that
about.
one.
I
Yeah.
have heard of that one. Yeah.
Mm. Number 6 is Resident Evil Requiem.
Oh,
Number 5, Pokemon Pokopia.
Yeah.
Number
damn, that
4
really
is
got good reviews.
yeah, it's at a 89. Um, Number 4 is a visual novel called Schrodinger's Call, which I have heard quite a bit about online recently. So I think it's only just come out. Oh, May 28th, so about a month ago. Number 3, a game called And Roger, which is obviously an indie title because I have not heard of that
Nope.
before. Number 2, Mina the Hollower, and that's at a
Damn.
90 Metascore.
Very
And at
impressive.
number 1, also on 90, Forza Horizon 6. So we listed like half of them, so that's good for us. we
I got a
seem to
question for you
be
two
mm,
before we move on
Yeah.
to the next one. Because you two are the hardcore Pokemon fans, right?
yeah.
Probably, yeah.
So, did Pokopia ever interest you both?
No.
Because it generated so much
Um,
buzz, or nah?
Not me. No.
I
How come?
bought it, but
Mm.
I didn't have like I played maybe 2 hours, and then I was like, and then I kept seeing like videos online of like what people are doing, and I was like, I don't have time for all this shenanigans. It like if I got into it, I would be really into it, and I just could not do that. Like I'll probably go
Yeah.
back to it, but not now.
I think for me, like, obviously I don't have a Switch 2 yet, but if I was to go play a game like that, I think I would go back and finally play Animal Crossing because everyone said how good
Yeah.
that was.
Mm.
It's not that my love of Pokemon is dying by any means, but I do feel like they're testing me with some of the things that are coming out. I'm just like, you've seen over the last few years when we've been recording this of like my hype levels like just slowly going down because it's just like I would rather them just come out and just go, we're gonna do a like 2D, you know, the HD 2D of like old school Pokemon. We're gonna bring it back. None of this open world shit where it's lagging and busted. We're just gonna really go back to the roots of it all. I think that would be insane if they did that. But yeah, some of the spin-offs can be fun, but then again, some not. That's a whole nother thing of just Pokemon be testing me.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into the second half of the year and share the games we're looking forward to. Berto, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah. Is it just Halo now? Is that all it's called? Like
Campaign
is it
evolved,
this
is it?
little remake?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not
The
sure what
Halo
the full name is.
remake. Let's just
Yeah.
call it that.
I'm looking forward to that one big time. Absolutely. I love Halo, and I think we've shared our feelings for it. You know, when we were doing the countdown for best games of our time. But I genuinely believe that from what I've seen, they're doing a lot of attention and love to this game and to this title. I am concerned that obviously with Microsoft that there could be a little bit of cutting corners, but I don't know. I feel pretty positive with this one. They feel pretty confident. I loved Infinite when it came out, but it was a little bit it didn't have much legs either. But this one's back to basics, back to the first one. It looks great. Looks like it's going to play great. I'm going to absolutely lose my mind playing it on a DualSense.
Yeah.
I think that's
Getting
going to
a
be the
platinum
most
for Halo
trippiest
would be
thing
crazy.
ever. It is very crazy. So, from a historical like gaming point of view, to be able to play it on a PlayStation, crazy. So that's not far off. I think a month or less than a month.
Yeah, it's only a month away. My first pick is The Blood of Dawn Walker. This is made by former CD Projekt Red devs, people that worked on The Witcher 3. And the thing I want most out of it is to get some sort of similar feeling that I got from playing The Witcher 3. I have high hopes, although I'm not going to be disappointed if the game isn't good. Just because there seems to be a lot of like underlying mechanics, but it's like kind of set in a Witcher 3 kind of scenario. Like I'm pretty sure quests have are like timed, while story quests are. Like you kind of need to get the quests done by a certain time, otherwise like something might happen that influences the rest of the story. The combat between being a vampire and a human is obviously something that I don't know. I just hope one doesn't feel better than the other, because then you're just gonna want to just do one and stick with it. I hope they both have their pros and cons, and obviously I hope the story's really good too. But that's out in September, I think, so it is also not far away now. Jamie, what about you?
I hope that game's good, but some of the gameplay I've seen, the combat just looks a little stiff for me, so I hope they iron that out a bit. I'm not going to be able to play it now because they said, hey, screw you, PlayStation, but Gears of War E-Day is something I'm excited to see what the reviews at least come out for. As I said, won't be playing it because I don't have an Xbox, but have high hopes for it. As I said, I wanted the initial like new trilogy to be ended first, but it looks cool. Like, I still feed on that same nostalgia that they're going for like Marcus and Dom and all that sort of stuff. I love those original guys just as much as any other Gears fan. But when I watched the the showcase that they did on it, it looks insane the amount of details they're going, and they're really pushing the fact that like the world of Sarah is just like falling around you, and you get to see it at its prime before it gets ruined. Because I've always thought throughout the Gears games, I'm like, why is anyone even fighting for this planet? The whole thing's a shithole. Like, it's just been completely decimated. There's like barely anyone alive. So it'd be cool to see it before it goes that way. So I really do hope it comes out strong, and then later on in another 4 years we get the other trilogy to end.
Yeah. Right, Berto, what's your next game?
I think it's still releasing this year, but I could be wrong. It's the Duskbloods. For the Switch 2.
I think that's next year, Berto.
Is it?
Good one, Birdo.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me check.
Jesus.
I swear I saw 2026.
2026. You had one job.
I'm sure it's next year.
I'm
says
in the
on
middle.
Google,
I'm
2026.
not picking a side.
Does it?
Yeah.
Is that Google
Unless
AI?
I'm wrong. Yeah. They weren't
Yeah,
lying,
there's your
were they?
problem. Google AI notoriously shit.
Yeah, it's an upcoming 2026 action role-playing game from Trump.
Well, I feel like we should have a release date by now. I reckon they're going to push it back.
It has 100% they will, but because it hasn't, I'm going to say still 2026.
It's valid. Go on.
Yes, Phew. Just over the line. The only problem is the less we know, we don't really know what's going on with this game.
Yeah.
At all. And this is their next big one since.
So, can you remind me? This is like a Souls-like, but it's co-op.
Yeah,
Switch
8 players
only.
or something like that. Yep.
8 players.
Yeah. But that sounds a lot like the what do you call it? The Elden Ring, the Night Rain. Isn't that
Night
a very
Rain.
similar concept?
Oh yeah, the Fortnite one.
Yeah, the Fortnite Elden Ring. Yes, although I don't know too much about Dustblood, so I don't know. I'm assuming it's a little different because Night Rain was kind of like a roguelike where
Was it like
everything
Fortnite?
spawns in randomly. Yeah, and the storm closes in on a boss.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, I don't know much about Dustbloods to
Me
say
neither.
if they're gonna be
Me neither.
similar. They haven't really shown too much about it, have they?
They're just showing
No,
enough to
not
get people
really.
interested like me, but they're not showing
Yeah.
enough of it. So that's what makes me believe that it is 2027. But since it
Mm.
isn't, I'm definitely looking forward to it if it ever gets released this year. I don't know where it'll fit. I don't know.
Yeah. September's
Considering,
booked.
yeah, and they've been working on this for a while now. So like,
Mm.
the last exclusive they did was what, Bloodborne for Sony.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
it'll be interesting to see where they end up with this one.
My next pick is Final Fantasy Resonance, the first HD 2D game, Final Fantasy game. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about this because we didn't really see too much, but um, it just looks fantastic, and
Mhm.
yeah, I love HD 2D games, and like I've been wanting to play the Dragon Quest ones, although I don't love Dragon Quest as much as Final Fantasy, obviously. Like, Dragon Quest always felt like it is Final Fantasy, but there's something missing from it. I'm not sure what it is.
You reckon?
Yeah, I don't think like Dragon Quest is like Final Fantasy's like baby brother to me. But I don't know if it's the art style, maybe, because it's a lot more cartoony. That could be it.
Yeah,
Um,
it's more childlike.
but yeah, yeah. Um, anyway, I've, I just love Final Fantasy, so I'm excited for a new game and
Yeah.
yeah, new music. I love Final Fantasy soundtracks are always so good, and yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on Final Fantasy Resonance, and I think that is September as well. All right, Jamie, your next game.
Little of left field. Moss, the Forgotten Relic. I'm not sure if anyone's played Moss before. It's the
No.
original
That's right.
and the sequel were both on PlayStation VR. The sequel was actually just exclusive to VR2, I believe, which I don't have. Moss, you play as you play as sort of like this magical entity who interacts with Quill, who is like this mouse that goes and interacts with puzzles and fights enemies and all this sort of stuff. So it is a sort of 3D platformer, but I reviewed the initial one back in the day. So much fun. Like one of the best sort of representations of what VR could be. Like, if you succeed doing a puzzle or anything like that, Quill would like put her hand up and wanting a high five, and you could use VR and like high five her back. And it was just super charming. Like every level was in this little dioramas, and you could sort of peek around to figure out where you need to go and everything. So I loved that, and I really wanted to get into the sequel, but as I don't have a VR2, and like I didn't have any confidence with that Sony would actually support it, I didn't want to invest in it. They are bringing out versions that aren't VR, so they've just compiled the first two games where you can just play them just flat. So I'm very interested to see how it sort of transitions from the really cool elements that it had in VR to just being a sort of flat plane. So, and I want to check out the sequel anyway. So I think that's a little cool collection that's coming out. Don't remember or what month it's actually coming out, but I think it's a very adorable game, and I'm very interested to see how it goes in a non-VR landscape.
Is it the same developer as the other two games?
I want to say so, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, if you do have VR and you can play it in VR, like it's probably best to play it that way, but at least you have an option. What was it, Midnight Walk? Was that the one last year that gave you the option to do a VR or just playing it flat? So I like having that option. So it's a big investment, these VR machines. So if you can
maybe
open
I'll
the audience
dust
a
off
bit.
my VR2 and play Moss 2.
Yeah,
maybe.
check it out. I'd love to hear your thoughts. It's super adorable. I think it'd be up your alley.
I don't even know where my VR2 headset is. I haven't used it in that long.
Neither does PlayStation, so it's fine.
No, they don't.
Do they make games for VR anymore?
Nah.
Probably stopped, which is exactly why I didn't want to invest in it.
I want to say the only first-party game they ever released from that was the Horizon game. And that was when it first launched, and nothing since. You don't even
exactly
see any...
what they did with the original VR. They launched it. I had pre-ordered that and everything, and it just died so quickly. I was like, there's no way you're getting my money a second time. You know what I mean?
And, like, you don't even see any VR games on State of Plays or anything. It's crazy.
No, not anymore.
No. They like releasing consoles and peripherals and then just move on to the next thing.
Yeah. What a waste of money. Anyway, Birdo, what's your next choice?
I'm gonna go with the easy one, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
so
that's on my list too.
We don't know when it's coming out. I think we all made bets as to when it will. It's July, so only a few more months left to the end of the year. Still haven't seen a direct for it. Still don't see what gameplay. Still don't know what the graphics look like. Even though, my God, everyone went nuts for how the art style looked like, and everybody lost their minds.
Fine.
Of course, it looks fine.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Everyone needs to have some sort of controversy with gaming these days.
I think we've been waiting for a remake for so long. People have already had it in their heads what they wanted it to look like.
I keep thinking, imagine if they screw this up. I keep thinking that.
Yeah.
Imagine if they get it
well,
wrong.
guess what? If they do, we still have the original game.
That's true. That's true. And no doubt endless memes that'll come from this if it doesn't do so well.
Yeah.
Otherwise, looking forward to it. We've all played it,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I have faith in Nintendo. If they can do a Star Fox remake, fine. Then which is apparently really, really good. They can do Ocarina.
Yeah. They are very protective over their IPs. I don't think they'll fumble this at all.
You reckon it'll be voice acting?
No, I don't think
Interesting.
so.
I never considered that, but I don't. Yeah, I'm with Jamie. I don't think they will.
Do you
Chris
think it'll
Pratt
be
as Link?
Yeah, of course, always will be. Do you think it'll be tied in with the movie?
No,
Like,
I don't think
like
so.
this is the
Nah.
movie.
No.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think they're gonna double dip. Like,
With like
Yeah,
the most
no.
treasured Zelda game to then tie it into a film, I don't think they need to
Why
do it.
remake
I
it
think
though? That's what I don't really get. Why remake it?
why not?
yeah, why not?
They never
Yeah,
do.
Bodo.
Bring it on.
This is what I mean. They never do. They've never. I don't even think they've ever even remade a Mario game.
Well,
They did 64
Paper
got
Mario.
a slight remake on DS, I think
yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Paper Mario.
Yeah, they've done it a few times. They remake everything. Yeah, well, Ocarina of Time was on my list too. So, Jamie, do you have any more?
One quick one, and then I'll dive into the other one. Marvel's Wolverine. Big fan of Insomniac. I have a lot of faith that will deliver. I'll be shocked if somehow that bombs. I think it's going to do numbers as well. Wolverine is very loved, so keen for that. The other one, Rayman Legends Retold. I've hyped on about Legends and Origins, two of probably the best 2D platformers in like the last decade or so. The fact we haven't got another game for so long is borderline criminal, Ubisoft. And whilst I would have loved a whole new game completely, it does look like they're adding at least new levels, and I think all the levels from like Origins are also coming over, which initially that's what Legends had anyways. Like Legends was an insane package. You got basically all of the original game and all of Legends stuff. But yeah, Game's phenomenal. I'm a bit mixed on the art style. Some of them look a little bit not adorable, they look kind of creepy. So I'll wait and see it actually playing on screen. But yeah, don't sleep on Origins and Legends if you can play them. Some of the best 2Ds out there. So really looking forward to at least seeing Rayman back on the screen, which would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been a very long time.
And okay, so before we wrap up, obviously Berto and I are excited for Grand Theft Auto 6. However, we did spend a whole podcast talking about it last week, so we're not going to ramble on again. Yeah, can't wait, honestly.
Yeah.
It's going to be a generational game, just like the last game.
Imagine if it's bad.
I do think about that.
Yeah, it's a possibility. It's probably like a 2% chance that it's bad, given all the money. It's been cost over $2 million to make, so don't know how it could be bad. Could be a really...
It's expectations. Like, it's expected to be the best game ever, or it's expected to win every single award. Like,
and
it'll be very interesting. Very interesting to see it unfold when it releases.
Yeah. I don't even have expectations when it comes to story or gameplay. I just want to see how much polish the game has and just step back and be like, damn, this is some good shit.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I want to do. Like, we already spoke about this. Rockstar put a lot of detail in their games, and I just can't wait to see what they do now. All right, and with that, that is the end of this week's episode of Not Another Update, a weekly news podcast by NextPlay Australia. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and of course, stay tuned for Ready Up, our new podcast by us where we chat hot topics, rank video games, play trivia, and more. As always, thank you for listening, and until next time, I almost did it without making a mistake.
I don't even know what you said.
The last, I don't know what I said. It wasn't what was written down. That's literally the last line, and then I stuff up. All right.
Leave this in. Bye.
Maybe. Bye.